My name is Nik Mutta. I am a kidney transplant recipient. My transplantation happened in 2005. I was on this for about 2.5 years while we waited for the process. My mom is my donor, so she gave me birth twice. That's how I like to phrase it. It's been a very long, tedious, self-realizing journey. I think it's been something that has required me to really take charge, take control, and really the onus is on me and how far I'm willing to go and what I'm willing to accept. And so what I would start with always when I talk about my transplant is my story. And my story is that I was 27 years old. I used to play 3 pickup soccer games a week. I was delivering beer kegs at the time, 70 kilos, about 150 kegs a day. I was probably around 200 pounds and I was working out. I was as active as could possibly be. I married a 1.5 years, building my recording studio in the basement. And then one day it just felt like I couldn't breathe. And slowly, I tried different things through the course of the day. And then, it was winter time, so, didn't really want to go outside. So I just kind of trying to do some things around deep breathing, meditating, sitting in front of the fireplace. I remember still soaking in the tub. And for all intents and purposes, for me, I felt fine. I felt normal. And then towards some point around 10 p.m., 11 p.m., that's when I went to my wife and I said, something doesn't feel right. Let's go check my blood pressure. So we went to a local Shoppers Drug Mart late at night. I think this is probably like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. We're in a rural area almost. There's no one there except the Shoppers and the Metro. And so I remember putting my arm in and there was no readings that were coming out on those digital meters. And then so I was like, okay, that's, in my head, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Let me try it again. I tried, no numbers again. And then the pharmacist wasn't there. Nobody's really there in the store. So like, okay, you know what? I got back in the car and told my wife to drive and let's go to Georgetown Hospital. From that, what I really remember is I remember maybe parts of the drive there. I remember lots of snow. I remember uphill, downhill, a lot of grinding gears late at night. I get there. I remember walking into the ER. I remember just going to the nurse that was at the station, and she's like, hey dear, how can I help you? I can't breathe, I'm having difficulty catching a breath. Okay, no problem, have a seat. So she takes my blood pressure, takes my vitals, and she's so nonchalant and it didn't even raise any alarms to me. And then I remember she's like, okay, dear, have a seat. The doctor will be with you in a second, or however long it's going to take. And so I remember just walking maybe 15 feet, and I didn't even get a chance to sit down. And it started with, I remember getting up from that chair with the nurse, looking at the meter and saying, oh, so those numbers look kind of weird. Heart rate 190 and 250 over 190. It's like, oh, yeah, that seems kind of weird. But she's not worried, so I'm not worried. So anyways, I go to the seat. Before I could even sit down, this doctor just came running from behind some curtain or something. He just grabbed me, put his arm around my shoulder like this. All right, sir, come with me, Mr. Mutta. And then we just walked, and he's, do you know what's happening? I'm like, nope, I don't know what's going on. And then basically they gave me nitro. And from that point on, I don't remember anything. And then I woke up, and then I was just told, do you know why you're here? I'm like, no. I go, can you get me up so I can go and play my soccer game, right? So the doctor's like, no, sir, you're not going anywhere. You've had kidney failure, right? And so this was foreign. It was new. I mean, when I was on dialysis, I was the young guy there. There was no one else there. Everyone was in their 50s, 60s, 70s. And I'm this guy walking in his 20s getting dialysis back in 2002. Everywhere I went, I was the young guy. And everyone's like, what happened to you? Why are you here, right? And so I think that journey itself on why it happened, I think I've kind of lost track with that. I'm not really concerned with that more so anymore. I think it would be really nice to still know. I think there's a lot of research that needs to happen around there. But in general, I found that it's something that I take health very passionately. I am in control of my health. I may not like where it's headed sometimes. I may not like the numbers that I see sometimes. But I know that I'm in control and I get to choose that destiny. And it's a constant work in progress. It's a constant reminder that to be patient, self-care, and it's the process that I think I'm still kind of unfolding with every day. It is not easy. I like to say that I think the analogy I heard a long time ago was it's like boiling a frog. You don't put a frog in boiling hot water. You put them in slow water, cold, slow water, and you bring it up slowly, and then they don't know that they're boiling. And that's really what kidney failure to me is that it's something that's so gradual, you don't even realize it's happening. And all of a sudden, one day you're in a hospital and you're getting this out of your thigh or your neck. So definitely, I think it's something that we don't take seriously because it's something that we don't see. Most people don't really know anything about kidney disease unless they have diabetes or they have someone in their family that's had some kind of kidney disease. When I was on dialysis, there was no one around me in my immediate circle. Even now, there's still no one in my immediate circle that has had it. I've met a lot of people who are on dialysis and I've had transplants through the Transplant Society and through the transplant games. But really, I still haven't met anyone directly in my immediate circles. But I know that there's hundreds and hundreds of people on dialysis and hundreds of people with transplantations. So it is something that is always on the forefront of my mind, especially when it comes to healthcare, it comes to choices. And that's something that I'm really passionate about. So I hope that that kind of gives a good idea of kind of my thought process where I'm at and transplantation and organ donation. I think that's all very important. Everything, it's all overlooked again because it's something that we don't really see. It affects a very small amount of people. And we need to really investigate, push forward, look into, and really get some more answers.